Hi guys, it's me Christina and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to share with you what are the requirements that you need to bring prior to your adjustment of status interview. So if you guys are interested, please keep on watching. So this is the adjustment of status interview letter, guys. So you will receive this like 3 weeks before your interview, so that you have time to prepare all your requirements before your interview. So I will read you guys all the requirements that's stated in here. So guys, in this letter, it says here, you are hereby notified to appear for the interview appointment as scheduled below. For the completion of your application to register permanent resident or adjust status form I-485 and any supporting applications or petitions, failure to appear for this interview and or failure to bring the below listed items will result in the denial of your application. If your eligibility is based on your marriage, your husband or wife must come with you to the interview. So my eligibility is based on my marriage, so I brought my husband with me during my interview. If you do not speak English fluently, you should bring an interpreter. And then your attorney or authorized representative may come with you to the interview. If your eligibility is based on a parent-child relationship and the child is a minor, the petitioning parent and the child must appear for the interview. Take note, guys, every adult over 18 years of age who comes to the interview must bring government-issued photo identification such as a driver's license or ID card in order to enter the building and to verify his/her identity at the time of the interview. You do not need to bring your children unless otherwise instructed. Please be on time but do not arrive more than 30 minutes early. We may record or videotape your interview. Here are the requirements that's stated in here, guys. Number 1, this interview notice and your government-issued photo identification. So this is the adjustment of status interview letter, guys. So you need to bring this with your photo identification ID. Examination form I-693 and vaccination supplement in a sealed envelope unless already submitted. A completed affidavit of support form I-864 with all required evidence, including the following for each of your sponsors unless already submitted. And then federal income tax return and W-2 or certified IRS printouts for the most recent tax year. Then letters from each current employer verifying current rate of pay and average weekly hours and pay stubs for the past 2 months. Evidence of your sponsors and or co-sponsors' United States citizenship or lawful permanent resident status. All documents establishing your eligibility for lawful permanent resident status. Any immigration-related documentation ever issued to you, including any employment authorization document (EAD) and any authorization for advance parole form I-512. All travel documents used to enter the United States, including passports, advance parole documents, I-512 and I-94 arrival departure document. And then your birth certificate, your petitioner's birth certificate, and your petitioner's evidence of the United States or United States citizenship or lawful permanent resident status. If you have children, bring a birth certificate for each of your children. If your eligibility is based on your marriage, in addition to your spouse coming to the interview with you, bring a certified copy of your marriage document issued by the appropriate civil authority. Your spouse birth certificate and your spouse evidence of the United States citizenship or lawful permanent resident status. If either you or your spouse were ever married before, all divorce decrees, death certificates for each prior marriage former spouse, birth certificates for all children of this marriage, and custody papers for your children and for your spouse's children not living with you. Supporting evidence of your relationship, such as copies of any documentations regarding joint assets or liabilities you and your spouse may have together. This may include tax returns, bank statements, insurance documents, car, life, health insurance, property documents, car, house, etc., rental agreements, utility bills, credit cards, contracts, leases, photos, correspondence, and or any other documents you feel may substantiate your relationship. Original and copy of each supporting document that you submitted with your application. Otherwise, we may keep your originals for our records. If you have ever been arrested, bring the related police report and the original or certified final court disposition for each arrest. Even if the charge have been dismissed or expunged, if no court record is available, bring a letter from the court with jurisdiction indicating this. A certified English translation of each foreign language document. The translator must certify that he or she is fluent in both languages and that the translation in its entirety is complete and accurate. So those are the requirements that I've mentioned, guys, that you have to prepare before your adjustment of status interview. Here are all the requirements that I brought with me during my interview. So first thing, I brought this adjustment of status interview letter, guys, and then my passport, and then my combo card ID. And then next is vaccination copy, then certified marriage license, and then marriage certificate, most recent I-94, and then my passport, and then my husband's passport, and then I brought my combo card, and then my my birth certificate, and then my husband's birth certificate, and then our bank statement, then form I-864, and then pay stub, employment letter from my husband, and then divorce decree, then income tax return, then pictures together, then health and dental insurance. So each one of those requirements that I mentioned, guys, you need to make a copy and then the original one. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you find this video helpful, and if you have a question, just comment down below. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.